Yamal. Ah, el pinche Yamal. Salió el Yamal.
Dang, he looks just like him. No manches. ¿Qué pasa, mi raza? Welcome back to Los Fantasy Cuz. Today, I have my cuz with me, La Torre Rob, San Eduardo Sanchez, Eric, El Diablo Naranja. What's up?
Oh, shit.
Why orange?
Oh,
Because they're a Bronco, bro.
Oh, let's talk about Red Devils because the Man U.
You have
that
the
same
Red Devils
thing.
and you're orange, so you got to be El Diablo Naranja.
Oh, shit. Shit. Coming
But
up
what's up?
with hot
What's up,
fire
guys?
nicknames.
There you go. What's up, guys? ¿Cómo andan?
Good, bro. We're excited to be back, man. Sorry for the last episodes we've been missing, but we've been trying to cook behind the scenes. Just technical difficulties, guys. We'll be better with that.
Yeah, we'll fire away on all cylinders, but we're ready for, excited to talk about post NFL draft, fantasy, and some, obviously football as always.
Exactly.
Let's get it going.
Yeah. So let's start it off. I mean, last week was a big week for a lot of NFL teams and for a lot of people that follow NFL. There was an NFL draft last week. Let's start it off there and say, what our biggest reactions were. I mean, obviously the one that most people know about is the Shador not getting picked in what round did he go in, Eric? Like 5th round?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5th round.
What do you guys think about that? Was that fair? Let's start with.
It sounded fair.
Let's start with Rob and Eric, and then Eddie. We can go in that order.
I mean, he comes with a lot of baggage for a quarterback, like what you want your quarterback to be at that point, and then in the NFL, you have to make sure that the locker room is behind you. So maybe the teams were concerned about that. That's where I think that I heard some things, but his talent, I think he has the talent to be. He was already before the year talked about being top 5, so I'm surprised that he went all the way to the 5th round. But the other stuff that they probably were more concerned about, I think that's why he dropped. But we'll see. He's on the roster, so at this point, he's on a team that usually needs quarterback, so maybe he's that guy. So I'm hoping, I want the best for him, but I know he just has a lot of baggage.
For sure. I don't know. I think I touched on it a couple weeks ago, but I definitely think the NFL was. They're never going to admit it, but I think they were trying to teach him a lesson where it's hey, you can come in with all your baggage and wanting to rap and all this shit, but at the end of the day, it's this is the NFL. So I think they did send a message, and so far it seemed like he caught on, because his first reaction was just kind of he seemed super grateful, he was tripping, almost he's fuck, I might not get drafted at all. So I think it did humble him in a sense, but I mean like any other player, he got a chance, and it's just how is he going to react to that opportunity, whether he takes advantage of it or not.
Yeah, it's just more about the locker room. He has to lead the 53 guys, and if not, it's the toughest.
You know what's crazy that I heard? Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
That the Browns were thinking about maybe loaning him off to a Canadian team. Did you guys hear that?
No, so I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that it was like soccer like that.
No, so basically, let's say he gets cut, right, from the Browns, and no one signs him in the NFL. That Canadian team has his rights if he wants to go play in the CFL.
Oh, gotcha.
No, I think he has the talent to be in the NFL. It was just the other stuff that maybe, like you said, he got humbled a little bit. We'll see if he comes into it, but.
Yeah, it's just a crazy quarterback room, though. What do you do with there's fucking 5 quarterbacks.
Well, I thought you guys didn't hear. Maybe they'll keep Gabriel. They drafted Gabriel right before Shador, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they have Kenny Pickett, and I think I heard a rumor too that they might be trying to sell Kenny Pickett. So then that just leaves Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco too.
That's the perfect. If Shador could just commit, be a hard worker, and win the locker room and get the vets. Like that's like a quarterback room he can get to the top. Like I don't think he's not good enough to get to the top of that quarterback room, you know?
What I thought was messed up was that prank phone call that started going viral. Man, that was
That's
messed up.
right.
Oh,
As you know, nowadays with social media, everyone wants to pop off and go viral. But I mean, that's messed up. The guy was already, essentially down bad, and just to do that is just piling on to the poor guy. I mean, he actually took it well. I think he accepted his apology, I believe, and whatnot. But still, man, that kid should get a little spanking.
dude, that guy, he was the son of like one of the pros, the Falcons coaches or something. So uh, if the Falcons don't get kind of like in trouble for that too, like you said, that's kind of going crossing the line.
Well, because that's how he was able to get Shador's number.
Yeah,
Shador kind of had like a burner phone, you could say, where not everyone has had his number.
Yep.
So when he got that call, he thought it was for sure one of the coaches from the NFL teams. So it wasn't easy to get his number, is what I was trying to say. And those kids, the way they got it, yeah, that's not cool. I don't like how
yeah,
they did it.
yeah.
Let's
Good, good,
let's
good point, Eddie.
let's talk about our teams. What do you guys think about your teams? Like, did you feel
Eric,
like our
start.
teams?
Eric,
Yep.
yeah, we'll let Eric take the lead on this one.
It wasn't a like you would say a sexy draft for us, but if you follow the Broncos, like you guys follow each of your teams, like we drafted, I think, really good. I trust Sean Payton and everything he does. We're obviously like missing. I think still, I think the biggest thing was tight end, and we have Evan Ingram, but you still don't have like a number two that's like a clear cut number two. But in terms of that, I think we got one of the best defensive players overall. Um, we just added to a freaking defense that's already loaded.
Yeah,
So
if
I
your
mean,
guys' top three picks, like R.J. Harvey, like that full, you guys needed a running back.
yeah,
You guys needed a second wide receiver or another wide receiver weapon. So
Yeah,
yeah, we
true.
got Pat Bryant in the third. But the biggest thing for me, I think, is just that defense. Like, it's going to be insane. We were already a top five defense, and then we added the best cornerback in the draft, and free agency, the players we added, and I think overall, like I said, it wasn't like a standout draft that we drafted like the biggest stars in the draft,
Didn't
but
have to.
you know,
Didn't have to.
I think it was really overall we got a lot of value.
yeah, that running back that fell. I mean, overall, that you guys still got a good running back value from
Yeah,
for the ones that got drafted way before that, like maybe
yeah,
Henderson or whatever.
What
So
what pick did the Broncos have, Eric? Did they have like the 20th pick?
yeah. 20th.
20th, yeah. And the Seahawks had the 18th. And what about your Rams? What happened with your Rams, Rob?
oh, I like what the Rams did. I
Hmm.
like what they did. So they ended up trading the Falcons for the next year's first round. So they're hoping that the Falcons suck it up this next year, and then we get a
Mm,
top ten pick. So
okay.
that's
Damn.
that's actually very. I can see it being very likely. Like I don't think, what is it, Kirk Cousins again and Michael
Michael
Penix.
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 I could see them not being in the top, like making the playoffs or being in a really good position. So
Well, yeah, dude, they were expected last season to be like the ones to win that division, and
Hmm.
fucking Tampa came out of nowhere, and Carolina ended the season good. So,
Good,
yeah,
like
good.
Rob said,
and they drafted well.
I don't think
Carol.
Atlanta's is clear cut.
No,
They
no,
may
no.
not even make the playoffs again.
So the
Yeah.
Rams, that's where so overall I was happy. I was telling, like, when we were talking that time
Mm.
last week, where I saw a lot of value still. Like I still saw there was that player that the Eagles drafted that I wanted. Was it Walker or someone else? Let me see.
Jahad Campbell.
Jahad Campbell. Like I
Mm.
was down for the Rams to shore up
Mhm.
like a linebacker or somewhere else, but I'll take the risk of having two first round picks next year, and then if
Yeah.
they could do a lot of things with that. So
It's because the Rams already have a pretty good team this year, so they didn't have to like go hard and draft. Like Eric was saying, the star players. They could wait a little bit and then be smart for next year. So I thought that was really good,
Yeah,
a
the
really
Rams set
smart
themselves
decision.
up good though. Like I love that Terrence Ferguson pick and that Chris Paul Jr. pick, because that Chris Paul guy at the fifth round, that
hmm
fool was not a fifth rounder.
yeah,
Like he was easily could have been a late second, early third, and he fell all the way to the fifth, and that was a position I think you guys were saying you needed.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I mentioned, I wanted some linebacker depth. I wanted someone in the secondary possibly, and then for them to shore up that guy. Like you said, I just saw he was the fourth ranked in his position.
Mm-hmm.
So that's value that they got. They got that tight end as well. So because Higbee, I know that I think we lost him, right? But
So what other tight end do you have then if Higbee's gone?
we have what's his name? That the guy that played for the Seahawks. What's that?
Oh, tall. Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Parkinson? Yeah, Parkinson or
Yeah.
something.
Cody
Colby
Parkinson.
Parkinson.
Hmm.
Colby Parkinson. Yep. So overall, I'm happy. So
I think
no complaints.
I think the Rams and the Seahawks are going to be the ones competing for the first place this season. So we'll see what happens. Eddie, what do you think about the Seahawks picks?
Yeah, man. I think the overall consensus from the fan base is like it was a good draft for us. I mean, they went for athleticism and explosiveness, and I think they got that with a couple of those picks. But I did want to give a shout out to the Seahawks for going with two players of Mexican descent. So of Elijah Arroyo, tight end from Miami, and Damian Martinez in the 7th round, also from Miami, running back. So that's gonna be cool to follow. See their. I want to hear their story, and but yeah, man, I'm excited.
Hopefully they end up playing good. I think out of those two, Arroyo will help us like kind of immediately, whereas Damian Martinez might help us a little bit down the road because we already have two really good running backs. So,
oh yeah, for sure. I saw that they're consider. I mean, they're looking at Noah Fant because I think he's due a lot of money. Like, so if they can get rid of him somehow, or maybe, but yeah, I think he's definitely gonna have to fight for that spot. But yeah, excited to see what he's got, man.
I think the second rounder was that safety was probably the best value. You guys traded up for him. That fool was going to be somewhere you guys look out for.
Yeah, he's motivated.
And the offensive lineman that you guys drafted. So overall, like from looking in my division, like you guys drafted really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like filled a lot of needs, and then Milrow just the risk that he's not a risk for a third rounder, and like the amount of talent he has too. So
yeah.
Good draft for you guys. All our teams actually had a good draft. Even you could say the Raiders too. The Raiders had a good one for Gabi's not here. I'm sure he's excited for what their offense is.
I think all the Raider fans have like high hopes this season, don't they, Eric? Don't you think that they can beat?
I don't know if it's high hopes, but I think they like what they're building. I still think like most Raider fans, like they'll say the QB kind of like it's just like a bridge to someone who they want, but I think they're building pieces around to finally have that franchise QB. But I think they're excited. I don't know if they think like they could compete this year, but you never know. That's the thing. You never know. Like fucking Old Knicks could tear an ACL and we're done for the season. You know what I mean? Anything can happen.
Exactly. Yeah, that's anyone. Think about the Raiders offense though. Like they have playmakers and like elite playmakers in every position at that point. And if you could get 3-4 yards from Genty every fucking time you'd hand the ball off. If you get Bowers, he's a guaranteed catch every time. So
Jacoby Myers is a fucking fantasy machine.
Yeah, bro. They're going to be a headache for teams. I think.
Hey, Rob.
I think they lack is just that defense. So even though they got Max Crosby, they still need a few more pieces. I think in that secondary. They're one of those teams that's like literally like that's just me though because I don't believe in Geno, but to me they're just a quarterback away.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're kind of like if you look at what the kind of quarterback that he is, he was good enough to get the Seahawks almost in a playoff position, right? So with the same these playmakers that are younger. And that, like, maybe with Pete Carroll coaching them, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah, I was gonna say on Sunday I was talking to Chris. Shout out Chris. He's like, "Hey, bro, the Raiders this year for sure." I'm like, we were laughing because it's like, bro, you guys say that every year, but honestly, I think this year they could actually pop off. So Eric, you better be careful, brother.
Dude, the whole division is fucking gonna be a bloodbath, bro.
It's crazy.
Dude, Amarian Hampton got picked up by the Chargers. Like the Chargers
reporters like almost saying that like it isn't a clear cut for Kansas City to win the division as it has been in past years, especially this coming year.
Yeah.
they still had Travis Kelsey for what, 30 million they had to pay him this year. So, dude, that's
for 1 year.
crazy. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think that
So
this is the year that one of I think it's either the Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders have an opportunity this year. I feel.
I could see each team being like what's my like 8 and 10, 8 and something. I could each of those teams, all of them, even the Chiefs, I'll throw them in there, being like
The
eight and
Chiefs,
nine, 8 and
the
10.
Chiefs actually drafted well. I heard too. So they got some needs that they had as well. That they had
Yeah,
needed as well.
I'm
So.
just I'm just talking smack. I just don't want to see a winning record over there.
Yeah, it's too bad that Gabi's not able to come and show his excitement. But going into some next topics, I know that, like there was some teams that drafted well. Eddie, you had a question as well. What team?
Yeah, I was just curious who you guys thought maybe didn't have a great draft or like an overall good draft out of all the teams.
I'll go first. I think the Saints by picking that quarterback is not going to help them at all. They also didn't go for a really big, flashy player that everyone hears about, and it's just they still have Alvin Kamara, which will help them. Derek Carr, we know, is like not 100%, and who else is their other wide receiver? Eric, I think you had him in fantasy. Eric, their wide receiver.
Olave.
Olave, exactly. And he's kind of up and down for me too, where he has really good games, but he can also have really bad games. So for me, it's the Saints.
For me, the team that I felt that actually had other than the Saints was the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, they didn't get their quarterback position figured out, and they're going into it at this point with who they got, and that team to me has not drafted well in the last few years. So,
Well, yeah, Najee's gone, so
they're
they're
gonna go with
left with who?
Rodgers. They
Who's
have that.
left?
Well, they have Jalen Warren, and then they also drafted a running back. I think in the second round, Caleb Johnson from Iowa.
Yeah.
So
Any
they,
any news on Rodgers? Have you guys heard?
that's who I think he's going to end up on. I think at this point.
For you, Eric, who do you think?
no, I agree with you guys. I think more for me the Saints too. I lean more that way just because like I think there were so many better options, even if it wasn't Shador at quarterback to take a risk on than out of all those guys who they ended up taking. Like even if it wasn't Shador, I think there was better talent still at that position to take. But yeah, I agree with Rob. I don't think the Cowboys did anything flashy either. Like Dak coming on, where it's like they've always been like short in the playoffs or going. I don't really think. I mean, they got the good offensive lineman, but outside of that, I don't think they addressed really like a number 2 wide receiver or another running back or so. I think they kind of were like yeah, they were like this in the draft.
Exactly. I want to move into some fantasy football players that we think might do good. Like Rob was saying, some rookies that got drafted that we think could go off. I mean, we all know, out of all the rookies, Genti might be at the top, but let's dive a little bit deeper into some other players like McMillan on the Panthers, the guy that the Bucks got, the wide receiver, also the wide receiver from Green Bay. So who do you guys think like some rookies that could go like help us in fantasy this year can go off on?
I'll go first. If I was any one of the Cubs, I would not take R.J. Harvey at all. So stay away from R.J. Harvey.
He's because he wants him.
See, that's a team that like you just said, don't draft him because they had a need for a running back and he's going to get opportunities. So Eddie, that's a player you write down.
Yep.
See, those are the type of guys they're like Chase Browns that that end up getting drafted that end up turning out to could be top 10, 15 players.
I'd rather have Chase Brown. I'd rather have Chase Brown than R.J. Harvey.
I was actually going to say his stock, I think, went up a lot too. He's not a rookie, but I think his stock went up because the Bengals didn't draft any running back for him to compete with. So I think he's definitely a good one to keep an eye out on.
I was trying to look at, and I would say that there's like potential for 5 running backs that are rookies that could be in the top 25 in the running back rankings at this point. Just depending, I don't know where do you guys place Genti in the top 5 or top 10 at this point?
5.
I think in the top, I would say top 5
of rookies, right, or in general?
No, in general of like position of running back.
Oh yeah, I think he's got the potential to be top 5. he'll be top 10 for sure. But for me, he's got potential to be top. He's got potential to be honestly like maybe 1 or 2. You know what I mean? I think.
Do you think he has a 15? Do you think he has a fit? Like he has potential to go for 1,500 yards this year, or I
Yeah,
would say, right? He's going to get the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So
15 yards and
um,
hella carries. He's gonna have the majority of the
He'll get a
carries.
lot of touches, a
it's
lot.
just the touchdowns that he's not going to get is what I
Yeah,
think.
Yahoo Sports actually has him as number one for like for football for dynasty though. But
For
Oh
dynasty,
yeah,
yeah.
of course.
yep.
Yeah,
You know
but
what player Eddie's not gonna draft that running back that Eddie might pick Genty over? Or
Christian McCaffrey,
yeah, Eddie's not gonna go for McCaffrey this year,
Mr.
right,
No
Eddie?
Calf McCaffrey.
I'm saying from all 49ers. That's a fact.
Eddie, that's how it becomes, bro. I sometimes have once a player burns me, they're on my no draft list. There's like certain
Yes,
things that
sir. I don't care if he goes off. I don't care. Like, nope.
Nope.
Don't even try to trade him to me.
But like
hey,
Genty could go ahead of him, for example.
yeah,
Bro,
I just think he's gonna get the opportunities.
Jenny could be the first running back in some of like. I wouldn't be surprised if in our draft he's the first running back to go.
Well, yeah,
I don't know. I
I
have
wouldn't be
other
surprised.
I have other running backs that I haven't.
But
But
I'm
he's gonna
saying
get
that's
opportunities. He's
our
gonna get
group who would take him.
opportunities. Yep, I think the opportunities he's
Um,
gonna get. We'll see. He's already in I think top 5 range. Like because he's gonna be the guy that like other players are not as healthy. Like I
yeah.
wouldn't put Christian McCaffrey at this point in there.
You know what I'm willing to take a shot at, or like a random dart throw if, say, like in the 7th or 8th round, Cam Ward. I'm willing to draft him actually, but as my QB2, not as my QB1. So if I do my draft smart and I draft a QB early, and Cam Ward is still available for me in like the 7th or 8th round, I'm willing to pick him up.
Cam Ward,
Take him, bro. Go ahead.
go ahead, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what my question for you guys is, well, my take because I don't think that in my case, I don't think that Hunter is going to be like that good at wide receiver. I think my call right now is Jaden Higgins or Luther Burden are going to have a better fantasy season than both them for sure.
Tell me what teams they're on again.
Chicago and then I think Higgins is on the Patriots, isn't
Bro,
he?
I like Luther, but I don't like him at Chicago. Like it's one of those teams that's got so many dudes that I don't know how much touches he's gonna get.
That's true.
They drafted him for that. Like he's drafted for that reason. Like you're gonna use that that second round capital. He's like literally second round capital. So
Tight end? Is he tight end?
no,
No, wide receiver.
wide
I mean, he's
receiver.
still competing with DJ Moore and Roma Dunze.
Dunze, yep.
Perfect because they let go. What's his name too?
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Yeah.
That's a tricky one. What round were you think if he's available for you?
For
will
who?
you take
Jaden
him?
Higgins or
Yeah,
Luther Burden?
for Luther Burden, yeah, like
Those
8th,
are
9th
like,
round.
yeah, those are like the wide receivers that I would take in the those like tenth round possibly, and like hopefully that they turn out like last year where I did draft Lad McConkey in basically all my drafts. I
Yeah.
drafted Lad McConkey and literally was a hit.
Who's
So
the rookie that the Bucks drafted at wide receiver?
Big Buka.
Yeah, Mbuka. I think, see, that's kind of the similar situation with the Bears, but I feel like Mbuka will do better with him because I trust more in Baker Mayfield, and then Mike Evans and the other wide receiver, forgetting his name too. Like those guys complement each other instead of fighting with each other. So that's why I think Mbuka will do really good with them.
yeah, the reason what I'm not like naming first round picks. First round, I'm just kind of naming like second to third rounders
Mhm.
that I thought like that would be picks that would be because Jaden Higgins is on the Houston Texans and they had a lot of injuries with wide receivers and everything, so he's going to get opportunities. So I just say that
Big
those are
time.
sneaky picks that were drafted second or third round that you
That is
look
true.
out that you
That
look
is a
out
very
for.
good tip. Very good tip by Rob right there. So
Yeah.
for all
So
the cuz listening.
I'd say another rookie though, low key, just because there's not a lot of wide receiver depth on this team, is Trey Harris from the Chargers, because the Chargers have lacked the number one receiver for so long,
Yep.
and he was pretty good at Ole Miss. So I think like automatically that's gonna be Herbert's number one target.
What do you mean? They have loud motherfucking McConkey, bro. What are you
Quint,
talking about?
But
they got,
That fool was
Harris is
solid last
oh
year.
yeah,
but
for sure. But
McConkey
I think McConkey's more of like that
That's
slot guy,
good.
and
Yeah.
Harris is more of like your big play, bigger type receiver. So I think
and
just because of that, because he's lacked that. Herbert hasn't had a guy like that for a while.
yeah,
And
you
Book
need
and Bookba
compliment
and Bookba is like that same thing. He's a slot player that I
Hmm.
think he's gonna do solid too, though. I think as well, Fabian.
with Godwin.
I have my eye on him as well, and Bookba.
They got so the Chargers have McConkey, Quentin Johnson, I think. Palmer, I think, is still on there, and now this rookie too. And those guys have tendencies to get hurt. They have a bad history or like a good history of getting hurt too. So that's why this rookie for the Chargers, I think, could definitely be like in our benches, or he could even be like a flex play.
Yeah, Trey Harris would
Pat
be.
Bryant either. The rookie Pat Bryant, don't take him.
Yeah. Ah.
Está bien. But yeah, I think
So
that was a good section. I mean, unless any other names that you guys are thinking about, I think yeah, we definitely will be touching on this more once we get closer to football season. Come like August, we'll start talking about it more for sure.
You want one more?
Caleb
Dale.
Johnson.
I was gonna say him, but I'm gonna say watch out for Jaden Blue at the Cowboys because I'm
Oh
telling you
yeah,
right now he's gonna take over that job from Javante.
yeah,
For real, you think so?
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
But
Jaden Blue is more explosive.
they went out for Javante. They wanted
Yeah,
Javante.
but they didn't give up much for him, and he's just his career's done. He's not the same guy.
Yeah, after
Jaden Blue is one
Don't they
of
still have
those
Rico
guys.
Dowdle?
and
Don't they
Rico
still have
Dotto. Yep.
Bro, Rico Dowdle, that's where he got disrespected last year, bro. He was a productive running back. Like I drafted him a lot like later in my drafts as well,
Hmm.
and he was productive, like 15 points a game for sure. Like he would get over 100 yards like 4 or 5 games in a row at one point last
It's
year.
kind of looking like it could be a running back by committee then.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that one.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of looking like. If all of those players are pretty decent, they're
Yeah.
gonna play all of them, and then they're gonna say we're gonna go with the hot hand.
So, yeah, keeping an eye on
do
those
that.
rookies. Keep an eye on those rookies. It's going to be a good class of rookies for fantasy for sure.
Exciting, yeah, exciting. We'll like I said, we'll be diving more into it come in the future, and we'll be going more deep into it. But this was exciting that this happened last week, and yeah, we're on top of it, and we're spreading the word out for all those cuz that are thinking about joining fantasy football this season. So it's cool. It's cool that we get to talk about it.
Yep, good to give you guys tips.
I like it. Let's move on to some football that there was a lot of drama, bro, this weekend and this week, dude. Let's start off with the one that happened over the weekend, the Copa del Rey. Did you guys watch that?
How are you guys doing on that?
I mean, it sucks that we let Kunde fucking get that last one. Oh, pinche Yamal, el pinche Yamal, salió el Yamal.
Dang, he looks just like him. No, ¿qué le pasó?
There was a reason he was. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. There he is. Special appearance. We got Lamine Yamal here, guys. We got Lamine Yamal.
With the
Fucking hilarious. You left the music on.
Oh, hey, talk to us, Lamine. Talk to us. You start us off, Lamine. What do you tell us about the game? Start us off.
Eduardo Yamal, go off, King.
¿Qué pasó, tío?
Tell us your insights from your game. Tell us all the insights.
What happened? What are you guys laughing?
Hey, we just started talking about the Copa del Rey final. Tell us.
Oh, I don't
How
know,
does it
man.
feel to be champs? How does it feel to be champs?
It
Iced
feels
out.
good. It feels good.
Shit. Damn. Hey,
Did you dye your hair, or where'd you get that from?
Oh, you know, I'm always ready.
That's crazy.
Nah.
He has a fucking hair.
we play around too much on this pod, man. Let's get serious. How you guys feel?
Shit.
Real
Fuck.
Madrid threw it away. I feel like
Yeah,
Real Madrid like lost to themselves. That last goal that happened at the very end. I need to bring it up because Modric gave a pass to I think it was Brahim Diaz.
yeah.
Mother sucker was like pedaling
But,
backwards.
literally, Brahim didn't come to the ball, bro. That was the
And
biggest fuck up. Like,
Koundé read it perfectly. He stepped in there, took it away, shot a good shot on the floor, goal. It's
Hey,
over.
as a midfielder though, and someone like Modric with all his experience, dude, like you don't make a pass in that spot out of all spots. Like you just
Or
don't. Even if Brahim didn't go to it, you
uh,
don't make a pass in front of your own box, squared pass like that at that moment of the game. Like you just don't.
But Koundé was a good ways away from him, so
Yeah,
that's why
Fabian, but you're
Modric.
talking about Modric is on the corner of the 18-yard box
Yep.
trying to make a pass across the middle of the box where all the shit is going on. Like, you just don't make a pass
Yeah.
there. And if you do, you play it over the top. You don't play it on the ground.
And
Yeah,
exactly.
that was terrible.
yeah, both parts from both players.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what
Like,
killed us, bro. We lost because of our own mistakes.
yeah, bro. The first half, Barca dominated. Like they looked like they were gonna, like, cook, basically cook the whole game, and then Mbappe coming on in the second half. I think that
And
changed it up
Mbappe
for
coming up definitely changed it.
Yeah.
But what did you think of Super Saiyajin Yamal, Eddie?
Man, I mean, maybe not his best game, but he did what he needed to do. He got 2 assists. And I don't know, man. He just keeps surprising me every game. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I mean, even yesterday's game. So it's like, but I wanted to see. I mean, I know you guys saw all the BS that happened before the game with the referees and all that. What do you guys think about that? How you guys feeling?
obviously the Real Madrid.
Hey man, I can't let you guys slide. I took it easy on you guys in the group chat all week, but waiting
Don't
for
you dare let
today.
them slide,
So
Eddie. That was some bullshit that they did. Don't you dare let them slide.
that's what I'm saying,
What?
No, it's 'cause
bro.
that-
Your guys
that
is your guys' idea came out to perfection because the idea was to scare these refs and it worked. Literally, like you guys can deny
Literally.
it or you guys, because look, I'm gonna say it like this. I think it was. I want to say that it was clear that we were favorites going in. You know, favorites. And it did have an effect on the game. Like you can see with the calls, like or the non-calls, I guess.
Madrid did go in pretty heavy on some of the plays that I would say.
But I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Like when I saw the news that they were saying they weren't gonna show up, I was like, nah, bro, come on. And then they come out, and then they come out and with a statement saying that they would never do that. Like, who do you think leaked that information? Like, bro.
Yeah, no, I think that was all just fluff at that point. But they've already been threatening it all like a couple times this year. I don't get that what they're trying to get out of it. But
every team has a ref that they don't like. There's refs on my Sunday league team. When I see, I'm like valiendo verga. So I feel like every team has that. And for Real Madrid, it was this ref. And you can see at the end of the game when Rudiger like threw something at him. It's just
he got suspended for like 6 games.
Bro, that shit. On a serious note, that shit was honestly that was horrible to see.
it's
Like that fool should got
unprofessional.
suspended at least 10 games. Like it should go into next season because that shit. Like no matter how much just shit's going against you, you can't just fucking like attack. Like the fool looked possessed. Like if they don't hold it back, he I think he might have gone over there and fucked him up if they're not holding him back.
Hey, it's the Clasico, bro. It's a passion, all right? We have one crazy defender. We remember Prevail.
Don't go to the ref.
No, yeah, that look. It just looked out of hand. Like I understand the the passion of El Clásico because I mean I have it, but for like he was past that. He was seeing red, bro. Like it was like it wasn't even like as a professional at that point. Like you also gotta have some chill. Like I understand the passion and the el calentamiento del partido and everything, but he did look a little wild.
Yeah,
bro.
he deserved to get suspended. I get it.
I agree.
And there was like not one time. It was like multiple times. This guy's like broke his ankle or like his knee, and he's still like taking off the. Bro, Yeah.
That's what it means to be a professional, to not do stuff like that, because also kids are watching. And that's what it means to be a professional, to not show stuff like that. So the kids also, when they grow up, they don't do stuff like that too.
Rudiger is like that, that type of defender, where he goes a little
I feel like he
mind
had a
games. He
bad
tries to
game.
get mind games and all that, and
Yeah,
it is
but
what it is.
Yeah.
But
he had a bad
Overall,
game
I
though.
think it was a very evenly matched. Like Eddie said, or I think it was Rob, but Barca dominated in the beginning, and then Real kind of came back. But it wasn't the same as the past Clásicos when Barca dominated the whole game. But I think the biggest thing to me is that Clásico is back to being like the
fucking can't
best.
look at you in the eyes right now, Eddie. I can't fucking look at you in the eyes right now, bro. Oh shit. Fichi Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
After his performance the last two games, like you could, even though you said he didn't have a good game,
Yeah, but El
It's
Clásico,
bro.
dude, El
Lamine
Clásico
Yamal
is the best
is
game in the
balling
world right
out.
now. Again,
Yeah, I agree. If they played each other again in 2 weeks, everyone would be watching it again.
but it's back, dude. Because for a while, estaba apagado El Clásico, and now it's clear cut the best fucking game to watch in the world.
Aren't they, Eric? Aren't they playing each other in league soon?
Yeah, like in
I
2
think
weeks.
this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah, so
Good.
yeah. They're
Yeah, I
gonna
think
be
it's
playing
on
each
the
other.
11th.
Yeah, another big game. That's gonna
Yeah,
be a
I
big
got
game
a
too.
take for the Madristas.
Dale, a ver, dale.
Yeah, let's
I
slow it
think
down
in
like Pedri did right at the
Yeah.
before the second half. He's like, "Hey, calm down, calm down."
That goal was sick, though. That goal was
Fuck
sick.
yeah, it was.
Bro, como lo
I got
dejan
to-
solo though?
I
That's
take-
the wild part. I don't think there was anyone in the vicinity,
Well,
bro.
you know why, Eddie? He was the one that started the play. He's
No,
the one
I
that
know.
gave the long ball, so he slowly was like creeping. He
Valverde,
wasn't-
I think Valverde crashed.
Bellingham looked at him like this and watched him
Yeah,
sprint
yeah,
all the way.
yeah,
to
yeah.
the-
Oh,
to the
literally,
box.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
happened, and that's smart. That's smart playing by a midfielder.
Yeah, he crashed. I saw one of the players crash too, and it didn't work out. But
No, but
That-
what were we gonna ask, Eric?
Oh no, I was gonna say I think the biggest thing that I could take away from Real is they need a whole new back line, and my hot take is not, I'm not taking a shot at him, but I think Raúl Asensio is not ready to be that guy yet, like that Sergio Ramos, Pepe, Fernando Hierro, like he's not there yet. They need to bring in someone that can come in and still kind of like show him the ropes a little bit. He's got a lot of potential though, but I think like Asensio is still not ready to be that main anchor in the back.
There's an example that I can give you, Eric, where he fouled Rafinha, and they almost called the PK on that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Oh,
because, you're saying that he doesn't have the experience. Se acelera mucho, is what I
yeah,
see.
se acelera mucho for
He's
sure.
got the passion which you want, but he doesn't have that that little thing que tenía el Sergio Ramos, Pepe, where it's like tan loco los güeyes, but they're composed at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there were so many injuries we had that we didn't expect him to even be having this many like first team performances. So at that point, this is crucial for him to get that experience. Like you said, you're going to have those mistakes, but at that point, you see there is talent, and then we were going to get a defender. So I think this how we're performing right now, and like the backline we've been showing, we're gonna throw some money at some defenders this.
I think so too, because Rudiger was looking like a Sunday League player too in this game. swear to God, dude. The play where Barca scored their second goal, the Yamin Lamont plays a long ball, and it was Rudiger with Ferran Torres, and Courtois comes out a little bit up to like the 18.
A little bit. He came out all the way. I think that was his
terrible.
error,
That was
honestly.
terrible,
He
bro.
stopped. He could have kept going and maybe like kicked it, but he stopped. And when he stopped is when Ferran Torres took it to the side, and you can
Just
see
tapped it.
Rudiger like trying to run to try to get it, but no.
Bro,
It went in.
this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you know what Sergio Ramos would have done in that position?
Oh yeah.
Red, I'm taking you out, but you're not
Okay.
scoring the fucking goal.
Exactly.
Like, he would have fucking taken fucking Ferran out as soon as he could, taking the
Yeah.
red, because there's only maybe 15 minutes left in the game.
That's
So
right.
you take that risk of trying to defend the result.
But and you can win 2-1 right there.
Wait, I got a question for you guys. Like honest question, no bullshit. How are you guys feeling in the 76th minute after you guys went up 2-1?
Oh, confident.
I felt good, but I know that at this point there was 14 minutes left of
I
you
mean,
guys.
yeah, but honestly, if we're being honest, Barca was not like when they scored, I was like, this is it's close to being over. Honestly,
They looked
until that
dead,
fucking
honestly, for a
yeah,
little
Mal
bit.
had to show up and give him that perfect ball to like just to split him. But I was like, when that goal went in, it was like going so slow. I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, but I
Yeah.
was confident, dude, because
Yeah.
after we scored the second goal by Chouameni with the header, and that's when we started seeing Real like playing good.
Honestly,
Yeah.
oh sorry, Rob, but I'm glad that they called back the PK that obviously wasn't a PK by Rafinha because I did not want to hear all the BS because obviously it was not a PK. So I was like, thank God they fucking turned it around.
No, they would have killed that ref. Pobre ref.
Yeah.
That was that pressure they had from the press conferences before.
That was VAR. Let him know. Hey, hey. Well, I mean, good job. Congrats on winning it. But fuck you guys.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Thank you. Get it, Rob.
hey, well, that's the next. We'll get into the next topic. The Champions League semis. I know talking about you guys a little bit. We'll talk about you in the second game, but the first game was what Arsenal versus PSG.
Yeah, I didn't
Man,
watch that one. You guys go ahead. Tell me what happened
man,
in that one.
Donnarumma. Like those are the goalkeeper performances. He was like prime Buffon right there, bro. Like those are the performances that win Champions League. So
What happened with the Arsenal that played against Real Madrid? Why didn't they play like this against PSG? What happened?
They gassed out. They gave their best performance of the season in 2 games before they needed to do it.
bro, they should have scored.
Sacaron toda la leche.
No.
Yep.
Sacaron
No.
todo.
No, but I'm
sacaron
saying
todo el
contra
arroz.
Madrid sacaron toda la leche.
Sacaron todo el
dude.
arroz.
Quedaron secos.
They los dejaron secos. No, bro. I think Arsenal, like I'm telling you, it was that good of a performance from Donnarumma. Like literally, if it should have been goals from both sides, that there was opportunities there, but Donnarumma saved at least like 3 that should have gone in.
But we've been saying that PSG has been playing good too these past recent weeks. They have a solid team, dude, with their midfields being solid. Dembele is like on a good like rhythm right now. Their defense is decent, and then they have Donnarumma, which is amazing.
Kvaratskhelia,
Kvaratskhelia.
yeah,
Kvaratskhelia.
That right eventually.
Yeah, we'll get it right eventually, bro. He's a baller, and then Barcola. I'm telling you that I've been talking to PSG all up, and it's gonna be crazy if they win the Champions League after Mbappe leaves. That's gonna be fucking a
I don't know.
good story.
I saw a
would be
PSG
insane.
team that left a lot on the table, but I saw Fabian, since you didn't see the game, but I saw like a PSG team that's kind of like had more experience being in this type of game because more recently they've been in these like quarterfinals, semis, and I saw an Arsenal team that it did look like it's been 16 years since they've been in a semifinal in a Champions League. Like I think the energy was off. The players looked timid. They came out kind of. It wasn't the same Arsenal that came out against Real Madrid and PSG. At one point, they were eating them up because it wasn't back and forth. It was PSG, and Arsenal. I think, like I said, they just came out with less energy than they should have for being in a semifinal that they hadn't been in for so long.
For looking like a freaking team too. For looking like a team that could like fucking go all the way.
Yeah.
The stats say a little different, but you're saying when you're watching it felt like it was PSG on them.
From my perspective, I feel like PSG looked like they dominated more. It doesn't look like that on paper, but I just think the even just take the goal, like the fucking goal they scored, dude. Like that shit was so fucking deadly. The way they just went boom, 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 goal. Like Arsenal couldn't get a chance. Yeah.
Would you say though Arsenal should have had at least one in there, right? They had opportunities as well.
Yeah.
So it's
but
not. PSG's like that's what I'm saying. PSG and Barcelona are almost very similar to me.
True.
But because they put so much pressure on you the whole fucking game, but the whole game they're gonna put it. So that's why I think they're gonna eventually meet up, PSG and Barca, or we'll see if Inter comes out.
But like I said, I think Arsenal desaprovechó, especially because they were at home. Now they're going into PSG, and that's not an easy place to play at.
Exactly. And away goals don't count in Champions League, right?
No, but you talk about, dude, Paris is gonna bring the fucking energy at that stadium. Like
Yeah,
they're gonna,
exactly.
it's the
It's gonna be
fucking
lit.
Did you
It's
see
gonna
the
be
fucking
lit.
tifo Arsenal put? They put a fucking tifo.
That's
It was just a
right.
fucking cannon. No
I did
mames.
see that. They were making so many memes about that.
bro.
Listos. It's gonna be both games were fucking played out to be like good games. So this is what Champions League's all about. Even though Madrid's not in it, but we won't talk about it.
El Real Inter. El Real Inter de Milan.
So yeah, the second game.
Here, wait, Rob. I got a question before you continue. If I leave and come back, what happens? Because I want to change.
Oh, you want to change?
But I want to change my background because I can't change it while I'm recording.
Well, you shouldn't change before we talk about the Barcelona right now.
Oh yeah.
Especially about after Yamal performed fucking baller ass fool. Are you kidding me? Get up and dance again. We'll talk about it. Dance again.
No. All right, yeah. Just continue then.
I think you're risking it, Eddie. Cause
yeah. So going over the other leg of Barca versus Inter.
El Real Inter.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Bro, it was golazo, 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 golazo.
That's fucking soccer right there for you, right there. That because Inter's that type of team, right? Like I'm telling you, Inter's still in this league, and they're going back to play at their house
in Italy.
San Siro, playing at San Siro. That's a fucking environment.
This is a team, Rob, where I don't care if Barcelona has 80% possession. Like that's okay against this Inter team because this Inter team is very lethal on counterattack too.
Yeah, they're multi-dimensional, bro.
So I feel like Barcelona, they play the high line in defense. I want to see them get burned, bro. I do. I want to see them get burned right there.
Let's see if my take is true. Let's see if my take is true.
Who it was? I think it was Lamal was saying that he told Ronald Araujo before the Copa del Rey game. He's like, hey, it doesn't matter if you guys give up 2 or 3 goals. Don't worry, because they're that type of team. Like they'll give up, but you can't sleep on that shit. You can't just go to because they'll come back and they'll get their fucking chances.
Yeah, I mean, you can see obviously in the last couple of weeks we've been getting scored on like crazy. I mean, as a fan, right? You see it and you're like, all right, as long as they're winning, it is what it is. But realistically, like especially in these situations where it's one game, like one for all, it's getting risky. So they need to button things up back there because it's not good, especially within 35 seconds that first goal, which changes your whole game.
The back heel.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
That was a fucking golazo.
Dumfries had a game. He scored 2
and
goals in this one, right?
looking like Messi.
You mean
double teaming? They were double teaming Yamal the whole game, bro.
Di Marco,
bro, he is so shifty.
I love Di Marco, but that fool was getting eaten up by Yamal.
Mkhitaryan, bro, bro, they were cooking him.
Yeah.
It was insane. He literally, with them jumping up 2-0 early, I was quiet and I was like, oh man, this is still going to be a long game. But for literally, Yamal was like, hold up.
It's that little skill moves that he
I'm
cuts.
here.
I'm here, kids.
That left
I mean, adults. He's playing with adults, bro. La jugada que le recortó, I don't remember what defender it was. He slid and he fucking cut it back. Like, he's making these grown men look like his age, literally.
Yeah. I think right after his goal, where he cuts it and then he shoots it and hit the crossbar.
Yes.
Bing,
the
bing,
one, the goalie hit it and then they end up hitting. Bro, si mete ese gol, me retiro del fútbol de los domingos.
Oh, nice.
Get up and dance again, Yamal.
Oh, you want to see it?
You want to see it? Celebration.
You want to see it? Here we go. Just for you, Rob. Ready?
¿Qué es eso?
Let's go, baby.
Hey. All right. Well, we'll see. Second leg is going to be fucking banging on both of these.
Banging again, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be something to talk about. So, both games are open for anyone to take. So,
let's go real quick. Who we want to see in the final? Who do you want to see in the final, Rob?
I want to see PSG versus Barca.
Yep. You, Eric?
PSG versus Barca.
Eddie?
Barca versus Arsenal. I don't want to see PSG. Now, honestly, either. I mean, as long as we get in the final, I think any final at this point would be good. Obviously, I think everyone knows like they want to see the one you guys are saying, but
Yep. I do too. I want to see Dembele play against his old team and give him.
Where was this Dembele? I've been looking for him. We were waiting for this guy.
He scored.
I know that's what I'm saying, but where was he?
It's because he's in his home country now, you know?
Bro, he was literally hurt. Like, anytime he came back, hurt. Came back, hurt. Like,
maybe it was the stadium. Maybe it was the stadium that wasn't agreeing with his body, and now he's at a different stadium where he's.
No,
like,
what I heard it was there's the rumor, right, that he basically tried to be like Messi, where Messi just is God gifted, right, and just shows up and doesn't have to train, and that it basically Dembele didn't really like train as hard as he should have, so it was just that leadership. But it is what it is. Only certain players can be like that, you know. But
damn, he was trying to do the Sunday League where you just show up, change, and walk in and think you're about to
think you're gonna be a starter.
He was that guy.
Show up late and you still think you're gonna be playing 90 minutes without ripping your shit.
Yeah, and dude, he's so fast, bro. That's what I'm saying. That
It's gonna be.
We'll see. That's what I heard, though. I don't know if you guys heard that too, though.
I think I remember seeing something about it, but that you bringing it up makes me remember that. I think I did see that.
Yeah, but anyways, going over the next ones, Champions League. That wraps up. We'll see what next week's all about. And
let's go into La Europa. Finally, some hope for mine and Eric's team.
Yeah, I'm still
You guys should think Madrid.
I'm not trying to look ahead.
Think about Madrid. Think Madrid right there. Casemiro is literally carried you guys. If he does, because he's a champ, he knows how to get in the Champions League. He's 5-time champion right there.
Casi no miro, Rob. Casi no miro.
Hey, shit, Eric. He's literally just him and Bruno Fernandes are like, hey, let's go, let's go.
This was the time we needed him.
Amorim has turned him back into a world-class player because at the beginning of the season, like they were calling for his name, calling him a Sunday League player, and Amorim has found the perfect way to either if it's motivational or positional. I don't know what it is, but Amorim lit a fire under Casemiro, and he's back.
And he did good. I mean, even from the last game when he was the one that gave the pass to Harry Maguire too at the very end.
Bro, did you see his play today?
Dude, he was the one that crossed the ball.
Saying they were calling him Yamal. After that,
freaking crazy, dude. Bro. He looked big ass guy, like doing some turns and then turning and then cutting and then doing like a decent cross. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Wait, was he the one that had that double save too?
Mm-hmm. No, I think that was Lindelof. Lindelof had one too.
Lindelof had one.
That was a crazy double save, man, right on the line.
Yep.
Yeah, bro, you guys handled today.
Atletico didn't play that bad, Eric, until they got the red card. The red card is what killed them.
20 minutes, they had Man U up against the fence.
Yeah, they should have scored that. Literally, it was Lindelof on the goal line, basically saving it.
Yeah, but that red card, do you think it was a red card, Eric?
Yeah. It might be weak in your guys' book, but we got to start holding accountable bad defending. Like, however you want to go about it, I feel like we don't hold it accountable anymore. Like, we're kind of just blaming VAR and the refs. But you got to hold accountable when someone's defending bad, and he defended bad. Like, he pulled position in the box, and he's going back. And the thing about the play is you leave up in the air the doubt of if you don't pull on to him, does he score that? That's why it's a red card and it's a PK.
It was a goal-scoring opportunity.
Exactly. But it's bad defending. That's what I'm saying. So you got to be held accountable. We got to stop being like, oh, it's a weak. No, it's bad defending is what it is.
Yeah, but I get that. Like I said, it is bad defending, but it's just red in that moment. It's just you don't want to see that. That game, I was looking forward to like that matchup, and that just kind of killed the matchup in my opinion.
After the red card, yeah, it did.
Yeah, that just kind of killed it. And literally, Europa basically is going to be it seems like at this point with both matchups, Tottenham and Man U, and that's kind of.
I mean, I think that's what we wanted to see, though. Honestly.
Yeah. Shit, I wanted to see.
Yeah.
You want to see Bodo Glimt in there?
Nah,
Bodo who?
Bodo Glimt
Bodo Glimt.
from Norway. I don't think they're gonna beat Tottenham because Tottenham's up 3-1 right now. And I just looked up Bodo Glimt. They're like in 4th or 5th place in the Norwegian league, so
Yeah.
they haven't been doing great. So
What place is Man U in?
no me digas.
Oh, okay. I didn't
16th.
know. Yeah.
Four,
So
You know what's
I
crazy?
don't,
It
I
doesn't
don't
fucking
think
matter
fourth
because if we
is
win, we'll
bad
be in
pass.
Champions League.
I didn't say. I know that. That's because of probably Almorin is telling Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, "Hey, this is your last shot at Champions League. If
Yeah.
not,
Yeah. I mean, I don't
got
look
nothing else."
ahead like into the final, but Tottenham is not we don't have. It's been a bad matchup for us. So they're unbeaten in the last 5 matchups with us. But the thing I hold on to is they have a trophy curse. So that's the thing.
yeah,
Like they seem to choke every time with the trophies. But it would be so Man U for Tottenham to get their first trophy against us this season. Like
that
it would
would
just
be
it'd be so Manchester.
and it would have to be against us too for them to get their freaking trophy. It would
Yeah,
suck.
but we gotta get the second leg done before we start talking about the final.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, Man U put themselves in a good position. All I gotta say is if Onana's listening to this podcast, you motherfucker, you better step it up and not fucking kill it for us.
Damn.
Because we put ourselves in a good position. You put ourselves in a good position for you to fuck it up, Onana. Oh my god, if you fuck it up, bro, I'm gonna fly over to Manchester and like find him.
Damn, bro.
Damn, bro,
That's-
it's personal. Hey, only him. Only he can
Only
do
that player. Only he's messing it up.
Only
only
he
him.
can do that. Only him.
Because
It's not even
everyone
Harry
else.
Maguire anymore, dude. Harry Maguire is actually like an important player for us now.
Until he fucks up somehow. He's like the same like that's the
Yeah.
type of like Onana next year could have like, oh, he's the keeper of the year again. But then there's always that in the back of your mind, oh, they could just fuck it up always.
Bro,
Always.
it's gonna piss me off even more because I'm gonna keep saying we're up 3-0. We're in a really good spot. The only way we can fuck it up is from him. That's the only way I see we messing this up.
Yeah, but like we're getting healthier there. We as the time goes, we're getting players back, so I think we're in a good position.
So yeah, good stuff. That was good games today. I know, like I said, good stuff for Man U and Tottenham.
You guys want to go into some MLB?
Yeah, there's time. If you guys want to do it, there's time.
I think
Yeah.
we
Do
can
it.
go into it a little bit. Who are like some surprises, or who do you guys think is like?
Hey, wait,
I saw-
before you start, don't ask me to say shit because I don't have anything for that shit. I'll just kind of go like, yeah, like that shit.
Yeah.
But talk to Eddie
Yeah.
and
Keep this in, Abram.
Rob about this shit.
Keep this in, Abram. Yeah.
He's
We'll
just
save it.
No, I'm just kidding. All right.
But I was recently looking at the power rankings, and there's not really a big surprise in there because I saw the Mets are ranked number 1, Los Dodgers are number 2. I saw the Yankees are up there, the Phillies are up there. You know what's crazy, Rob?
What happened?
Your division, bro. Your freaking division has like 4 of the top 10 teams right now.
I told you, like literally, they all have great pitching staffs. They all have great like front offices that like know how to scout. At that point, that is gonna be that one, and then also I wouldn't say the one with the Mets. I mean, the Mets are probably gonna take that one, but the Mets, the Phillies, and the Braves. You know,
The Phillies and the Braves. The Phillies are doing decent, so they can catch up to them.
yeah.
You know who the Mariners I think are going to be playing the Padres pretty soon. I don't know if it's this week or this weekend, but that's going to be a good game to watch.
Is that in San Diego?
I don't remember.
We're at the Rangers, we're at the Athletics, and then we come back home for the Blue Jays. So it's still a little bit. We got the Yankees, and then it's at the Padres. So yeah.
And then it's at the Padres.
Oh, in May something. Okay, mid-May.
Yep.
Okay. Well, like what I'll say is like you guys. I've been like ever since Rene Vaca came to throw out the first pitch. Shout out to him. I went to one of his shows, but
Nice.
For real.
bro, literally since that they've
been on a
done
good
everything.
streak.
Yeah, they've been offense has been actually hitting, and
Did
their
you
pitching
see-
is going to be there.
Did you see Eddie of the last 8 games for the Mariners, they've won 6 out of the last 8. Did you see that?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're going through a little injury bug right now, but even with that, like they have the second highest winning percentage in the American League right now, which is sort of wild after the offseason we had and all the fans like popping off and going off on the front office.
Say me, dog.
And Rob, yeah. Shout out Rob for trying to keep us in check and trying to help us out and
but go ahead, Eddie.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say, hey man, shout out Jorge Polanco, bro. He's lights off right now. American Player of the Week, back to back. I think games with 2 home runs. Like I think he had, or back to back in 3 games. It's like, bro, yeah. He was on fire right now.
He's been carrying the team recently. But you know what's interesting about the Mariners too? Me and Rob were kind of touching on this a few episodes ago too. Well, it was Cal Raleigh for a little bit that was like going through a good streak, and now it's Jorge Polanco that's kind of getting us on a good streak.
Arosarena too has actually been on base like I forget like 20 something games now at this point in a row. So you guys have, like I said, thankfully, like I said, some of those pieces. I just don't like the second baseman. I feel like you guys should trade for someone at some point. But
our pitching,
I'm excited to see that you guys are finally showing that talent like that I saw the whole time. So.
Yeah, I mean, if we keep winning series, which is the wild part, like they've won 7 consecutive series for the first time since they won 8 straight in 2022, I believe.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what it's about, right? Just winning these series. And
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
I saw we beat Boston in a series. We beat the Marlins in a series.
Oh, the Boston one was crazy because I think we hadn't won there in like over a decade, like a series or. That was such a good series, man.
Yeah, so that was definitely. I'm glad that we beat them. That and those winning series like that is what gets us in. We're in top 11 right now. We're 11th in MLB right now.
Yeah, man, I'll take it.
Just in like the top 10 or top 32 teams, I saw Mariners are ranked 11th right now.
Oh, I mean,
power
rankings are just rankings, but
someone sets those. But either way, I mean. Just the way they're playing right now, if they can keep up even like a smaller percentage of that throughout the season, like I'll take it right now, man.
Yeah, they're playing well at home as well, 12-6 at home, so they're doing well.
Tell me about your Dodgers. What did you think about them?
My Dodgers, I mean, at that point they're clicking on offense, and then their pitchers they have injuries like you guys as well, but most like Blake Snell's out for a little while. Looks like he just got shut down.
Freddie Freeman is back.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman's back. So it looks like our offensive guys are like doing well. Like the Oscar Hernandez, like that fool has been balling out. Like we have clutch moments, and then at that point as well, we've had blowouts recently. So
I miss you, Theo.
I miss you.
Wasn't he up here with the Mariners?
Yeah, man, we let him go.
Yeah, it was a bargain. We got him last year for $20 million or $23 million. So, So, I mean, the Dodgers, like I said, at that point, they're gonna be having some struggles throughout the year, but they have enough depth that I'm not worried about them. But they are in a very like competitive division.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah, because we didn't expect the Giants to be doing this good. Me and you talked about the Diamondbacks being pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's the freaking Giants that are the surprising one in this division.
Hey, was Detroit supposed to be doing as good as they are?
They won it last. They got in the playoffs last year, so they have young guys, young talent.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean at this point they have just the good pitching staff, and as you see right now, every team that's in first place, the reason why it's because their pitching staffs are solid. Like literally the Yankees' best pitching staff in that division. The Tigers, best pitching staff. Mariners, best pitching staff. Mets.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
allá por Detroit.
I got a question for you guys that are more into the baseball. Is this enough games to kind of tell if a team's going to be pretty good this season, or is it still too early?
This is 1/5 of the, basically 1/5 of the.
I think it's still early because
I think it's
enough
early
games to be like we kind of know what. Let's say we kind of know what the Mariners are like. Is it enough games to kind of see or not yet?
Wait, Rob, let me take this first. For the Mariners, yes, it's way too early because this happens every fucking year. We get excited and then
they go back up. Kind of, yep. So What
You know
month do you think, Rob, was when to answer Eric's question?
what month? The dog days of summer, bro.
Yeah,
They
summertime,
say
baby.
they literally say dog days of summer because that's what makes teams that are like literally that good. It shows because not every team can make it to the through those days. Like they'll this is the first fifth 1/5 of the
Yeah.
season's finished.
Like All-Star
You'll
weekend, no? Like once you get there, you start analyzing like that first half versus how you're gonna do in the
Right.
second half a little bit.
Yeah, and then the trade deadline at this point as well is like really crucial. So, but no, I would say this gives you a good gauge of like, okay, who's going to be like there, like kind of will be there at the end. But you'll see at the August is like the main month that's you'll see.
Like
Yep.
the teams are going to start staying in their
Yeah,
positions.
yeah,
Or the ones that are lagging way too much, and it's gonna be way too much to try to catch up.
yeah.
Like
So
the Colorado Rockies, for example.
yeah, those
Oh,
teams
those
are
fools are done already.
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
There are
So
gonna be some cheap games to go to when the good teams come into
That's
town.
what we were telling you, Eric. We were telling you that like at the beginning of the season, right, Rob?
yeah, bro, you
I
have
mean,
sometimes free games basically.
Shoot.
Shit,
But
the
we're
team.
shit.
Rob, Eddie and I were talking about come September, we should get the Cuz to go to a Mariners game when the Dodgers come up here.
Oh yeah. Hey, actually, Eric, you guys
Yeah.
have the Yankees coming into town in late May, so
When
I
do the
would.
Dodgers or do the Mariners?
Oh, and then the Mets or the Yankees is someone I would watch, and then the Dodgers always come into town. They come in June,
In
late
June.
June. So, but what I would tell you is, if you guys have the Yankees and the Mets, I would probably try to go watch one of those.
They're gonna hit a lot of home runs, so you could go get a ball over
Yeah,
there
it's gonna
too.
be like a 20-run game again.
Shit.
And then your son. I mean, at that point, your son can give you get some little autographs or something.
Yeah.
Eric,
But
it doesn't look like we're going to. You guys are not you guys, but the Rockies are coming here the second to last series, and then our last series is actually versus the Dodgers. It's gonna be a crazy 3-game series.
Damn.
yeah, we're gonna end up making it a event.
Heck
Hell
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be
I've already
popping, bro. I already know everyone. I've already been hearing
Are you
everyone.
gonna be wearing a
Everyone's
Dodger hat or what?
who me,
Yeah. Oh no, I'm kidding.
bruh. I mean, I
Bruh.
support my wife outside of my team, like always, for sure.
Shout out
Hey,
shout
it's-
out to the wife.
Shout
sir.
out.
Shout out. But
Shit.
yeah, that does it for our MLB talk, you guys. Like I said, me and Rob are gonna, try to throw in some MLB talk here and there. So just keep an eye out for that. But
Yeah, and I wanted to sort of make a note too that I want to get back a little bit more into MLS and a little bit of Liga MX once we get over. Like, there's gonna be a break after the semis for the
Yep.
Champions League and stuff, so we'll get back into that a little bit too.
let's
Oh, for
start
sure.
deep diving into
For
those
sure. The U.S. Open Cup is actually
US
this
Open
next week.
Cup.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, it's
So,
gonna get
We'll
good
be
again.
back.
So,
We'll be back
so we'll
to
actually
the fuck I'm outie talk. So
That's right.
shit. Let's
We-
hope my boy Rob. I know my boy Rob. I shouted him out again, but he has a good game this Saturday. He's hopefully starting holding midfielder hopefully, and then they play next week against Austin. So
hey, is that gonna be nationally televised?
yeah, that's on ESPN Plus.
Oh hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That'd be
you guys
tight.
should watch his game on Saturday.
There
He
we
actually
go.
was in your area, but he didn't have enough time to coordinate with you, Eric. He was
Yeah, I
running.
saw.
Oh,
I think they tied. So
the
Yeah.
switchbacks. They played the
Yeah.
switchbacks.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that kind of wraps that up. We'll be definitely getting back into MLS and all that, Eddie, for sure.
Yep. Let's get into our Mount Rushmore, you guys. Our Mount Rushmore today is gonna be stadiums, let's say top 3 stadiums that we want to go before we die. So it could be an MLB stadium, it could be a football stadium, it could be a soccer stadium. So, and I think in this one, I think we should be able to pick the same stadiums. So if Eddie picks the Azteca, then I can still pick the Azteca, but we have to give the reason why though.
So should we do 3 or 4?
What do you guys think?
4 because it's Mount
4?
Rushmore. You can't be doing Mount Rushmore only doing 3, dog. It's a 4, homie.
Let's
Yeah,
do 4
homie.
then. Let's do 4 because we're missing one today, so that's why I think we could do 4 this time.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
What's the order we should go? I think we should go
I mean,
Eddie
it doesn't
first.
matter.
We'll let
Let's go
Eric go first.
Eric first if he wants. But like I said, we could pick the same stadiums this time.
Yep.
But we just have to give a different reason.
I actually are you guys down to also include like the game that you guys would want to watch, like the
Hell
like
yeah, that would be
that's kind of
cool.
what I thought as well. Like, hey, but go
Yeah.
ahead, you guys go. You go first, Eric.
Let's go Eric, Eddie, Rob, and I'll go last.
All right. Well, my first one is kind of hard to believe because even I sometimes can't fucking believe I haven't gone here, but Estadio Akron. I want to go watch a Chivas game. So I haven't.
Bruh.
I know. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've only been to a Chivas game when they come to the U.S. Like, ni cuando estaban en Guadalajara nunca pude ir, but I'm making it a fucking, like por ley, I have to go. So
Before you die.
I want to
Before you die,
experience
you
the
gotta
shit
go.
with Luca, take him to the Chivas game, and just or thank you.
I just
Either
got the
Chivas
chills, bud.
or a Chivas America game, but that's my number one all time. As soon as I go there, I don't have any other pressure to go
vibe.
anywhere else.
The vibe is so crazy. It would be so cool.
No, yeah, I got the chills when you said that because like taking your kid is on a whole nother level, bro. So
It is, dude.
you got to do
Especially
it.
because he
Sure.
knows he sees TV and soccer, and he's already like Chivas. Like
Yeah.
he says that
That's
shit
awesome.
naturally.
That's
so
awesome.
badass. I love
that'd be
that.
nice.
Eddie,
Yeah.
what about you?
Well, for me, it was a little hard because I mean, I'm not like trying to brag, but like I've gone to a lot of places that I've wanted to go, but there is some big ones that I still haven't gone to. So I'll just say that. So my number one is El Azteca for like either a Mexico game, like a meaningful one, or a Clásico Nacional, like Chivas America.
Chivas America.
For sure. Obviously, I've never gone to that one yet, so I've planned for it. It's just never worked out. But the reason I chose this as my number one because I remember watching the Mexico games back in the 2000s, bro. Like when they used to play, especially like USA
US.
and I mean even all the Costa Ricas, Honduras, like, they used to sell that out, bro. 100K plus, literally to the rafters. And I just remember like it was a different passion back then for La Selección for some reason, bro. Like, and it's just that that memory that I have. I'm like, bro, like I wish I could be there. It was
Love
like
to
a
be
sunny, hot day, and they were playing against Estados Unidos. Yeah, bro.
How crazy would it be to be among like 100,000 people too,
I
right?
know.
Because the stadiums here in the U.S. I don't think, and maybe SoFi is the only one that gets close to that, but not other stadiums can
Not
hold that many people.
specific stadiums, but definitely other type of stadium.
Yeah, but for a
Yeah.
soccer event with 100,000, dude.
But the World Cup first Mexico game is gonna be fucking lit.
I know. I mean,
Literally.
even though with the remodel, I think it's gonna change stuff, but it's still a historic stadium, so that'd be awesome to see.
Yeah.
Love
Damn.
it. I
I
love it.
almost want to keep it in the same and pick a stadio in the
In
Liga
Mex?
MX, Liga MX,
It's
bro.
okay, Rob.
There is one more that I fucking want to visit. Oh, I haven't visited really any, but there's one that in particular I do want to visit, but I don't know if it's in my top.
Yeah.
It's the Monterrey's, bro, the one with the mountain in the back.
Oh, that one
Yeah.
looks clean.
That one's gonna
Yeah.
be one that I would
They-
say, but no, mine is gonna be the Clásico in the Bernabeu.
Bernabeu?
Yeah, so mine's gonna be that one to go see the Clásico.
That would be badass.
Yeah, it's obviously very generic, but
I would be right there.
Nah, but
next
that's
to-
it's what you like. That's your dream, right? Like that's your number
Yeah.
one. So don't.
yeah.
You know,
Shit,
I'm-
if anyone offered to go there, it's not like I'd be like, oh, I don't go for Real Madrid. I don't want to go. No, fuck.
Yeah,
no, I'm
anyone
going.
would love to fucking
Yeah.
see that. That'd be badass.
Yeah.
I'm right there with Rob too, but for some reason, like my toxicity wants to come out, and I would rather go to the Camp Nou for a Clásico, but be wearing my Real Madrid, just because I want to be toxic and I want to see like the vibe
Yeah.
right there.
Wait,
Same
why weren't
here.
you toxic on Saturday?
What I don't remember on Saturday. What happened on Saturday?
We lost.
with
We
the
lost.
game?
Dude.
No.
I'm just giving you shit, bro.
We have to, calm our tempers down too. So
No,
but if-
I would be Toxico too. That'd be dope.
Yeah, for real.
If I had a choice, Rob, between going to see a Clásico at the Bernabeu or seeing a Clásico at Camp Nou, I would actually go to Camp Nou before the Bernabeu.
I
I
mean,
would've
going to the rival stadium for a
Yep.
Clásico, bro. I mean, I've done
Yep.
it at least here in Seattle or down in Portland, I should say.
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
a different feeling, bro.
It's cool. It's kind of cool, especially when we went.
It's kind of cool that you feel like you might die. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was saying my toxicity wants to do that.
No, yeah, that's true though, for real.
Same here. So is that your number one right there? The Countdown Clasico.
Countdown. Mm-hmm.
Clasico. All right, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, Eric, you're back to
Two.
yours.
Old Trafford, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Old fucking Trafford Stadium, the theater of dreams.
When are they planning to finish the remodel?
I think it's somewhere like 2030 or some shit, but they announced it for sure. So that one I'm actually trying to make a reality because of that now too. Like me and Abram have been talking about it. Like we're actually trying to like save up to fucking go see it because I want to go before they
Remodel.
they tear it down or whatever they're gonna do with it. But that's one of those stadiums that I feel like it's like one of the most iconic like of all time in soccer.
So much
it's like there's so
history,
much shit happened there. So much like not just Man U, like other teams that have come in there and it's got so much history.
A lot of Euro Leagues games, Europa
Euro
Cups.
leagues.
Yeah, a lot of not Europa, but Euro Cups and all that.
Yeah.
Like, right.
To be thinking like this is where Chicharito played and scored and imagining his goals like the one where he hits with his face.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
that used to be one of my dreams. I tried to make it happen, but I couldn't pull it off. But that would have been fucking crazy.
So badass.
Yeah. So
that's a good one.
versus Man City, just a derby match.
The noisy neighbors.
Dang.
Ay, sí te pego.
Let's see, Eddie.
We'll go to Eddie's number 2.
My number 2 is Camp Nou for La Liga game or Champions League, either or. Honestly, just I want to see competitive games because I feel like a lot of times we'll see certain teams or go to certain stadiums for like friendlies here in the U.S. and I'm like, nah, I want the real deal. So I've actually been to it. I did a stadium tour, but obviously there was no game. So that was before all the remodels. So now it's gonna be a whole nother story, but still, that's my number 2.
Eddie wants to go for a nice, good game. I want to go for the toxicity.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna put that one, but I had already done that with the Estadio Azteca because I mean that was my toxicity right there, my number
That's
one
true.
toxic
That's true.
trait.
That's
Los
true.
puercos.
Oof. Well, my second one would be San Siro. So it's the Inter Milan. So I would want to watch either Champions League semis, like the one against Barcelona.
Yeah.
That would be like the perfect one to go, or else like to see against them playing against Inter Milan, AC Milan, or against Juventus.
Because
The
they
fans are
share that
crazy.
stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fans are crazy in that stadium.
Literally.
You know that?
Not just that, dude. That's one of those other stadiums like Old Trafford. It's so iconic because of the players who played there.
Yeah, same thing. That's the reason too.
Yep. In the 90s, they had that was the final in the 1990 World Cup at that stadium.
Yeah, that's the largest stadium in Italy too.
Yeah, so that would be
Badass. The San Siro.
my
like
number
it.
2.
My number 2 will be the Ay, sí te pego, Maracanã, Brasileiro.
Brasileiro.
Here we go.
Dude, I'm not even going to go for the game. I'm just going to go for the vibes.
Ay.
All right, ready, guys? Here we go.
Here we go.
Dude, the Maracanã history, the people, the food. I don't even care what teams are playing. I will be happy. Very happy.
No te pueden escuchar ahorita porque así te va a ir.
No. She can come with me too.
We're there for soccer, not the vibes.
Exactly. Well,
we're there for the soccer balls.
Yep. All the balls.
Whoa.
Wait, you know what's crazy? I think. Ay, te digo. Didn't you guys know? I think Maracanã had a part of it fall where a bunch of people died. Did you guys hear about that? I don't know when that happened, but I thought a few years ago that happened.
No, that's wild. That's another one of those that's like over 100K, I think.
Yeah.
It's not like Qatar, okay? I know those fools died.
Damn, too soon.
But, yeah, for me that would be my number 2 dream stadium to go to. Imagínate.
That one's solid.
San Luis. Where we go? We go back to Eric now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3.
So my third one and I think I've kind of made it clear sometimes in the group chats, but like we have a deep hate against this team, and I understand that. So I'm just specifically going because of the atmosphere and the fan and everything. But I want to go to a River Boca in Boca.
At Boca State, what do they call it? La Bombonera? La
Yeah.
Bombonera?
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the videos of the fucking like the fans when there's fucking jumping, the cement is shaking
Cement
and
is
joder su
crazy.
puta madre, it looks like it's gonna fall. And
That place
los
is not
cantos and
OSHA
everything.
approved.
Exactly.
Does not pass regulations.
No,
No.
but
That's
it's so
my-
cool though.
Like besides Old Trafford, like it's almost like a dream of mine to go just to experience like a Boca River, because to me it's one of those clásicos that runs so deep, like Chivas America, Real Barca. Like it's one of those that like if you could pick out of all the clásicos, that would definitely be on my bucket list.
I like that because
That's a
it's
good
crazy
one.
to hear the whole stadium like singing loud as hell, dude. You can
Yeah.
when we're watching the game,
Yeah.
you can hear the whole stadium.
Like I said, like as a Chivas fan, fuck those fools. Like I'm almost more in support of River because of Matias Almeida, but there's some reason La Bombonera it just hits differently when I see those
It does.
videos.
They
It does,
just
it
actually
does.
played last weekend, but at Rivers. But you
Dude.
guys want to know a fun fact real quick?
Dale.
In Argentina, there's no away fans. Did you guys know that?
Where they don't let the away fans go into the stadium?
Nope.
Oh,
Because they might
crazy.
die.
Because back, I don't remember what year, like back in the day, obviously there's, shit used to pop off, like, you know how it is in Argentina.
Dude, well, remember when was it? Was it La Libertadores final that they had to move it from Argentina to the Bernabeu?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was a whole show outside the stadium, but that was just between the fans and the team bus, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But either way, back in the day, I think there was like people that were dying, and until they made it a rule that only home fans at the games.
At all the stadiums, then
Yeah.
no away fans are allowed to go
Yeah,
in.
in all of Argentina, I believe.
So my toxicness won't let me. They won't let me in there.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can try to be an undercover. Good
Eric,
luck.
you say that you love Argentina's fans and passion. Man, that's pretty crazy. You support murder. Just kidding.
Damn.
Add another team to Eric's
Too
list.
far from that.
Oh, anyways, Eddie, you're next on the third list. I was just fucking around.
So for me, my third is Chivas game at the Estadio Jalisco, our old home of our Club Deportivo Guadalajara. I did a little stadium tour like back in the day, but I mean obviously it's not the same as going in and watching a game, and obviously it'd be versus Atlas most likely, which is the crosstown rival. So it just reminds me of like waking up on a Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, fucking hot as hell at the stadium and on the TV. Obviously, I'm watching this on TV here, but the memories, bro, that I have, like I used to wake up at 9:30, the latest, just get everything prepared to watch those games at the Estadio Jalisco. So being there in person would be
so much
like-
memories.
yeah.
I
That's
like
a good
it.
one. That's a good one.
I like it. What about you, Rob?
So my third one would be to watch the Ohio State Michigan. Would be one of those rivalry games where they're like number one and number two at the end of the game, at the end of the year that they always face off,
Yeah.
and being there in that environment. So
We're at the Ann Arbor or Ohio State.
I would want to watch it in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
That's Michigan Stadium,
Yeah,
right?
Michigan's.
Yeah.
Isn't that
stadium
like
is huge.
over 100 también, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
It's the biggest, I think, in the U.S., isn't it?
Mhm.
Or some shit,
Yeah.
like the most capacity.
I think
go
they
to
held
those
some
miles.
soccer games there recently where they were like breaking records.
I think, wasn't it a Real Madrid Man U that was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100 people, 100K people
Mhm.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
I do remember that.
That's a good one, Rob.
Yeah.
Sleeper pick right there. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. My third one will be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Broncos. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
There's so many stadiums, by the way. I know that one I just pulled off for US, but
So wear my Patrick
one of those
Mahomes
games, too.
jersey. Shoot, no. The Arrowhead would be cool, but that's not my three. I have to put in Estadio Akron in there because it is one of my dream stadiums that I have to go to before I die, just because of family. It like heals my soul. If I were to go to the Estadio Akron to watch a Chivas game, it literally makes my soul happy. Like I anything could happen. I would just be happy that I went there, dude. So I have to include that as in my top 3 stadiums to go to, just because of that.
For sure. That's a
Hell
good
yeah.
one. Gonna make me cry.
Yeah. Los emotions.
Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead. Wrap up
My
the number 4.
my last one, I'm gonna keep it at soccer because that's my thing. But I'd go to the Signal Iduna Park. Let's see if you guys get that one.
Oh, that's
Dortmund's.
Borussia Dortmund.
Borussia
I
That's
was gonna
Dortmund,
pick
Dortmund's.
bro.
that one. I was gonna pick that
That's
one for
Dortmund's.
the Borussia Dortmund versus the
The Bayern.
Yeah,
Bayern.
yeah. That shit's
Sure,
fucking.
classic.
It's the largest stadium in Germany. The famous yellow wall.
Hell yeah.
It's the largest freestanding area in Europe. So every game, home game where you can freestand, they got like 25,000 people that are just standing at that one. And I think, well, I'll confirm this with Gabby if we get him on next week. But I think that stadium was the inspiration behind LAFC Stadium. I think that's what he had said, that when they were building the stadium, they went to go look at the Borussia Dortmund one, and that was like their inspiration for that one. But those fucking games, dude, are fucking insane. Like Champions League, anything, like the tifos they fucking put, the fans, like
Yeah.
you look at that fucking wall and it looks like you're looking up and it just doesn't
It's
end.
crazy, bro. How can they like?
It looks like if they said if they go too forward, they're gonna fall.
Yeah.
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 That was gonna be one of my top picks. Literally, I had it
Yeah.
written down.
Yeah, Signal Iduna. I know that stadium.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good pick, Eric.
So we're on Eddie's last one.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many choices, bro. But I think one that I was honestly, I switched it last minute. Is Wembley. I
I
love
had that shit too.
Wrexham show. I don't know if you guys watch
Yeah,
that,
hell yeah.
but like
Mhm.
watching all the
Promoted.
all the promotions. They how they hold playoff games there at Wembley, like all the big teams or like the big cups. And every time I watch them, they look so cool because it's like these teams that rarely make it to this point, and they have their fans like sell stuff just to try to get tickets to go to these crazy cup games where they have even a chance of see their team lift the cup. And I don't know, it's all these cool stories that you see, and I'm like, I get excited, especially watching that Wrexham show. It's just like it looks
Makes
fucking
you want to go
badass.
there even
Yeah.
more, huh? Makes you want to go there.
It's the
Bro, it is.
football, bro.
It's tough not to pick like those English stadiums or all those stadiums that get into those vibes
Yeah,
as top 4 because I could pick all of them like you said top 4,
Exactly.
but all of those are good picks.
Yeah.
That's a good one. My fourth one would be Pakistan versus Iran.
Oh, that
Cricket,
cabron. Oh, the cricket.
Oh, what the
cricket
fuck?
match. No, I'm
Damn.
kidding. I'm
Tell-
fucking around. No, no,
It's
no,
like-
no, no, no.
Estás
That
hablando
shit
de-
pops off though. That shit
Talking
does
about
pop
my
off
pick.
though. I don't know if you guys know that shit does pop off.
I don't even know what I'd be celebrating. Like I'm still trying to figure that out.
They just running around the cones, you know.
What are we talking about? That one of the most famous guys is a cricket guy, like on
Yeah.
Instagram or something.
Yeah, bro. Literally, that's a crazy environment. See, that's an environment that I would really want to go to that one because there's like a deep rooted hatred.
That's
Even
like a
though-
Boca River for cricket.
Yeah, bro. Literally, that one is solid. So, no, but my fourth one would be just like all you guys, Estadio Akron. You know, so going to watch the Chivas play a fucking Clasico. Even though Azteca's a good one too, but I think Akron would be my fourth.
How badass would it be if literally we could get all the cousins, all the girlfriends, like have like about 80 to 100 of just family members at the Estadio Akron, dude.
And
Shit,
that's just
fuck.
right now, fool, los que faltan y los que se
Yeah.
vienen.
How
You
badass would that be if we had a carne asada outside in the parking lot and then we all go into the stadium?
They fucking thing like if the game's at like 8, like we're there since like 9 in the morning. Like just fucking
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
fucking touring the stadium and then we get out and then fucking
Yeah, and it's badass because there's always people there. They do tailgates like in the parking lot, so it's always
Yeah.
popping. There's bandas.
Wow.
There's always you always hear some popping off.
Dude, literally, I think we could have like close to 100 family members.
Even
Like-
on my side too. Like
That's what I'm
you
saying,
know.
including your side too.
Yeah,
Just have like a whole section right there. We're like, yeah,
That'd be a
everyone there's
vibe.
family.
We just gotta
That's
tell
that's a
Rob
dream.
the other ones that they can't wear those ugly jerseys when they're with us.
Oh, I know. No.
We gotta
Those
Or
people
else,
aren't invited this time. Nah. Anyways, fuck. What's your
my last
fourth one,
one.
dog?
My last one is also before I die. I have to go to Old Trafford too. I don't care if I go after the when they remodel it. But if I go there, watch a Man U game too, just because of the history. I remember when we were young, Rob. Me
Mhm.
and when I first found out about Manchester United, I remember telling Eddie, like, Eddie, have you ever heard about this team? And Eddie was like, what the hell? I've never heard of this team called Manchester. Like, I remember that conversation when we were younger, and I was like, nah, Eddie, like, this team is fucking cool, dude. David Beckham was still on there.
Yeah.
Rooney was still young. So like, to go to that stadium and like get all those memories of when I was young and me and Eddie talking about it, fucking like will make me almost cry, bro, to be there.
Shit. That's right. Those are
Do
all
you
good
remember?
ones, like you
You
said.
remember that, Eddie, when we would talk?
Sneak peek, sneak peek. Don't look too quick. Nah, yeah, bro.
Dang.
Classic, man. It just, yeah, it gives me butterflies too, cause yeah, good times, man. They're
Good
good
times,
memories.
No,
good memory.
100%. England's games that have been played there, all those, like you guys know, like. But it is awesome to see how we share these stories. Like you guys had some good ways of like explaining how like these stadiums would make you feel and all that. So that was really good stuff.
I
Yeah.
like it. That was a good
It's a
Mount
sleeper.
Rushmore.
Like one more to throw out there. That's a really fucking badass one. I don't know if you guys follow it, but Celtic Park.
Oh yeah,
Versus
Yeah,
Rangers in
Oh
Scotland.
yeah.
Was so cool.
yeah,
That might be
they,
up there for one of the best atmosphere out of any game.
yeah. No, hundred
that one's
percent.
cool because they're kind of respectful. I haven't heard any like bad things of those Clásicos over there.
I don't know,
Have
but
you?
I've heard even world class players say like how like the like because some most of the time they're in Champions League, so most of the time like they say how like they've said sometimes they have the best fans in the world, like teams coming from all these other big teams.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah,
So that's a good one too.
Good,
We
good
didn't
shout
conclude
out.
any NFL ones, any MLB. It's all good. No,
It's
it's
because
all.
it feels like
There's
we're
so
in the
many.
U.S.
There's
It's
so many
easy for
options,
us.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but here in the U.S., I feel like we can go to those stadiums easily, so it's not like as big of a dream because
yeah,
we have an easier access to those stadiums here in the U.S.
Yeah, that's what it feels like at least. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so like the other ones feel like a little bit like of a reach where you're like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, I just
yeah.
need to make something
Yep.
happen.
for sure.
But yeah, good Mount Rushmore, you guys. I like it. Let's wrap it up and say our goodbyes so that we can get this podcast out this time, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. So thank you guys for listening to us. Please make sure to follow us and subscribe on all platforms like Spotify, iPod, Apple Music, or Apple iTunes, all that kind of stuff. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok. We post some videos on there so that you guys can go on there and comment and give us some feedback because we kind of want to make this podcast more fun for you guys.
Yes, sir. Hey, shout out Carlos Chetopana. We're sorry we missed the last couple episodes. I know he was asking,
He's been waiting.
but we're gonna get back on, sir. So stay tuned.
For sure. Hopefully everyone has a good enjoys it, and we'll see you guys again.
Yep. Let's go.
Peace.
Tracas.